listening to Krystal Clear Lore, a Wormsong production. Come close and huddle up while I tell you a story. This story has everything: a monster, a man, love, and adventure. Now, are you ready? This is a story my father told me, and now it's my turn to share it with you. In the deep snows of Dewa Province, a yokai haunts the pass between Yudono and Gassan and has for over 200 winters. You have heard of it, no? Well, no matter. Our story does not begin there. It instead begins with a young woodcutter and hunter. His name was Sōjirō, famed in his village for never losing a single traveler in the mountains, even during the worst blizzards. Naturally, there was more to him than just his skill. He was also stubborn to the point of disbelief and carried enormous pride in his ability to defeat winter itself. He was handsome, and many of the village girls wished that he would ask for their hand in marriage. A common enough young fellow, you think? But they would never have their dream fulfilled. You see, handsome, stubborn Sōjirō had long carried a flame for the headman's daughter, Hana, the one girl whose hand every young man in the village sought. Now, in the winter of 1772, during a most brutal snowstorm, Hana became ill. It was a terrible fever, one that no medicine could hope to cure. The village Miko had tried everything, but ultimately came to a terrible conclusion. The only hope was in the hidden hot springs on sacred Mount Gassan, said to be blessed by the moon goddess Tsukuyomi. But the pass was buried under snow deeper than any living person had seen. 4 of the men eager for Hana's hand volunteered to fetch the water, and each of them failed. 2 never were seen again. The other two, they had been found frozen to death, with blue lips and a faint smile. And the strangest thing, their boots stood neatly side by side, as though the men had lain down to sleep forever. The village Miko examined the men and concluded that they were all victims of a Yuki-Onna. Sōjirō scoffed at the declaration, leading many to look at him worriedly. "Come now, priestess. Those are just tales to keep children from wandering around in the winter."
"Then may the mountain teach you what children already know."
"I'll prove that there is no creature in the pass. I'll go through myself and get the water," Sōjirō replied confidently. "And once she is better, I will make Hana my bride." Sōjirō turned and set off to prepare for the journey. It would take 3 nights to get there, and he needed supplies. He left the village at dawn with nothing but a straw cape, a short sword, a gourd of sake, and a bundle of rice tied in a cloth. The snow was already waist-deep on the lower slopes, and the wind was brutal, cutting through him faster and cleaner than a knife. By the time the sun had hid itself behind the peaks, he had reached the cedar grove that marked the true beginning of the haunted pass. Night falls very quickly in the mountains, especially in winter. One moment, the sky is the color of cold iron. The next, it is black and full of stars as sharp as broken glass. Sōjirō dug himself a hollow beneath an old cedar, lined it with branches, and crouched there, feeding a tiny fire with his own breath more than with wood. It would be a miserable night, but Sōjirō knew that he would survive. Suddenly, the wind stopped. That was the first wrong thing. Wind never stops in that pass. Wind never stops in that pass. Then the fire shrank, as though someone had placed a hand over its mouth. The flames turned blue. Sōjirō looked up. She was standing just beyond the circle of light. White kosode, nothing else. Her bare feet did not quite touch the snow. Long black hair moved, though there was no wind anymore, and her skin was whiter than the snow itself, reminiscent of new bones. Only her lips had color, red as the red spider lily found in graveyards. Sōjirō's heart hammered hard for a beat, then steadied. He had faced bears and wolves. He would not be frightened by a ghost story wearing a woman's shape. Staring at each other, the woman spoke first. Her voice was soft, almost kind, the way the cold is kind when it tells a dying man to rest.
"Woodcutter, your fingers are black already. Your toes have forgotten their own names. Lie down. I will make the cold gentle. Give me the breath still left in your chest, and I will carry you across the river without pain."
Sōjirō stood up slowly, knocking snow from his sleeves. His legs were stiff, his face rimmed with ice, but his eyes were hot. "I still have work to do, Lady of the Snow. Hana is waiting. I promised her water from the moon's own spring, so you'll have to wait a little longer for my breath." He reached for another branch to throw on the fire. The moment his hand left his sleeve, frost raced across his skin like white fire. Pain bit deep. down to the very marrow of his bones. He did not flinch, only broke the branch across his knee and fed the flames. The Yuki-Onna tilted her head. The way a heron watches a fish it has already decided to take.
Every man who stood where you stand said the same. They spoke of mothers, of children, of sweethearts. In the end, they all lay down and smiled while I drank the last warmth from their lips. You may be stubborn, but winter is longer than stubbornness.
Sōjirō laughed once, a short, hard sound that came out as white steam. The winter had better grow longer still. He pulled the sake gourd from his belt, took a burning swallow, and poured a little onto the snow in front of her, an offering, or an insult. He was no longer sure which. The Yuki-Onna watched the sake steam and vanish. For a moment, something flickered across her face. Too quick for Sōjirō to name. Anger, amusement, loneliness?
Very well,
She said at last.
keep your breath one more night. I am in no hurry. The pass is wide, the snow is deep, and I have walked it for 213 winters. One living man is only a candle. Candles always go out.
She stepped backward. Where her feet had been, there was no mark at all, only smooth snow gleaming like polished bone. The fire flared up again, ordinary orange, and the wind returned, moaning through the cedars like a woman who had lost her child. Sōjirō sat, rubbed life back into his hands, and spoke aloud to the dark. First night gone, 2 more before I reach the spring. Somewhere far above, among the stars, he thought he heard the faintest sound, like ice laughing. And that was the end of the first night. The winter, children, is never satisfied with one night. Shall I go on? Yes? Sōjirō woke before dawn, scraped the frost from his eyelashes, and climbed higher. The snow was chest deep now, and every step was a battle. He sang and hummed old hunting songs to keep his blood moving, the ones his father taught him when he was small. His voice sounded thin against the mountain, and it was swallowed up almost at once. By dusk of the second day, he had reached the high basin where the wind screams like a saw. There was no shelter, only a single dead pine twisted into the shape of a kneeling man. Sōjirō hacked off its lower branches to make a windbreak and crouched behind it, chewing frozen rice and trying to remember what warmth felt like. Miserable, he watched the moon rise, huge and red as a wound. Then the crying began. At first he thought it was the wind, then he understood. It was a baby. A thin, desperate wail drifted across the snow, now close, now far. The way sounds play tricks in the mountains. Sōjirō stood, hands on his sword. He may not have believed the tales of the Yuki-Onna, but he remembered them. Some who steal children, some who appear as lost brides, and more who come carrying frozen infants to test the hearts of men. He saw the same woman again at the edge of the moonlight. She stood cradling something small against her breast. The white kasode was the same, the long black hair the same, but tonight her face looked almost human, almost gentle. In her arms the bundle moved and cried again, a sound sharp enough to cut bone.
Traveler,
She called, and her voice was softer than the night before, almost pleading.
my child is cold. Only a living man's warmth can save it. Hold him against your heart for the length of one prayer, and I will let you pass tomorrow unhindered. Refuse, and the little one dies, and so do you.
Sōjiro's stomach turned. He had once found a lost toddler half buried in spring snow and carried the boy 7 miles back to his mother. The memory still lived in his arms, but he also remembered his grandmother's warning, told in this very tone.
If ever a snow woman offers you her child, do not take it. The babe is only snow shaped by sorrow, and it will drink your life faster than any kiss.
He stepped forward until he could see the bundle clearly. The cloth was thin summer silk, wrong for the winter, and the child's face that showed between the folds was blue-white, lips almost black. Against his better judgment, Sōjirō said, "Give him here." The Yuki-Onna's eyes widened, just a fraction. He held out his arms. Slowly she came closer, close enough that he felt the air around her like the door of an ice house opening. When she laid the child in his hands, it weighed almost nothing. Yet his arm sank as though he carried stone. The infant opened its mouth and wailed. No steam came out. Sōjirō pulled the bundle inside his straw cape against his chest where his heart thundered. Cold poured through his clothes like water. His skin prickled, then burned, then went numb. He felt his heartbeat slow. Once, twice. He looked down. The child's face was melting. Literally melting. Snow turning to water that soaked his underrobe and froze again into needles against his skin. With the last bit of strength he could muster, he lifted the thing away from his body. It was already only a lump of snow with 2 black pebbles for eyes. Sōjirō breathed on it 3 times, long and deliberate, the way his grandmother had taught him to break certain spells. Then he spoke a prayer to the mountain goddess above it, before casting it away from him. It shattered in midair into 1,000 snowflakes that whirled upward like white butterflies, then lashed back down as a cutting storm of ice. Needles of frozen blood stung his cheeks. For a moment he could not see anything. When the air cleared, the Yuki-Onna stood 3 paces away. The gentleness was gone, replaced instead by fury. Her mouth was open too wide, showing teeth like broken icicles.
Clever hunter,
She hissed, her voice sounding like the crack of snow in the mountains.
you have saved yourself tonight, but warmth is a small coin, and I still hold the purse.
She raised one pale hand. The dead pine behind Sōjirō groaned, split, and fell across his windbreak, burying his tiny fire under a ton of frozen wood. Darkness swallowed everything. Sōjirō stood blind, arms bleeding, chest aching where the false child had lain. Somewhere in the black, he heard her voice again, almost tender.
2 nights gone, woodcutter. 1 remains. Tomorrow, I will not ask. Tomorrow, I will take.
Then there was only the wind, howling like a living thing with teeth. Sōjirō laughed into it, a raw, cracked sound. Then come tomorrow, lady. My heart is still beating, and Hana is still waiting. He dug a new hollow with bare hands, curled inside it like a bear, and waited for whatever dawn the mountain would allow. And that, children, was the 2nd night. Are you still warm enough to hear the 3rd? Then let us continue. For this last night, this is the night that changed everything. The 3rd dawn never truly came, only a pale, sick light that seeped across the color of corpse fat on the snow. Sōjirō had climbed above the tree line now, into the realm where nothing grows and even crows refuse to fly. The wind was a living blade. Every breath he took froze him more. Every breath he gave back came out red. He was crawling when the sun should have been highest. His straw cape had torn away hours ago. His hands were black to the wrist. He no longer felt his feet at all. He still dragged himself upward, 1 arm length at a time, toward the hidden crater where the moon spring steamed. He knew he would never reach it. The snow opened up and he fell into it like a stone into deep water. There was no up, no down, only white silence. Then her voice, close as his own pulse.
3rd night, woodcutter. The night I no longer ask.
The snow peeled back, and he lay on his back in a perfect circle where no wind touched. Above him, the sky was black, though it was day, and the stars burned cold and bright. She stood over him, taller now, taller than the peaks themselves. The white kosode had become a funeral shroud that moved like smoke. Her hair floated upward and became the night sky. Her eyes were 2 empty moons, and when she opened her mouth, the blizzard poured out. This was her true face, the one the old books dare not draw. Sōjirō tried to speak. Ice cracked on his lips. She knelt. The snow did not take the print of her knees.
I was once a woman by the name of Rei.
She said, and every word fell as snow upon his face.
On my wedding day, my husband rode away and left me on this path to please another bride. I waited 3 nights for him to return. On the 3rd night, I understood he never would. My anger froze the mountain. My sorrow feeds it still. Every man who lies down here does so because his heart has already chosen my betrayal over his own life. I only finished what they began.
She bent close. Her breath was the heart of winter.
Now choose, Sōjirō. Give me your breath willingly, and I will make death a lover's kiss. Refuse, and I will tear it from you anyway. and the pain will last until the stars burn out.
He looked into the hollow moons of her eyes and saw, far inside, the flicker of the woman she had been, waiting in bridal red, watching an empty road. With the last heat in his body, he forced words through frozen lips. I will not lie down. Her mouth widened until it became the sky.
Then I take what is mine.
The blizzard rushed into his lungs. Ice spears drove through his chest. He felt his heart stutter, and in that moment, when the world was nothing but cold and ending, Sōjirō did the only thing left to do. He laughed. A small sound, cracked and wet, but a laugh all the same. You think death is the worst thing a man can suffer? He rasped. I have watched Hana burn with fever. I have carried friends down this mountain in pieces. Death is easy. Forgetting is harder. He lifted one blackened hand and pointed at her heart, as if she'd still had one. I will not forget you. Every year on the coldest night, I will stand in the village square and tell your true name. I will tell how you were betrayed. I will tell how you waited. Children will grow up saying your story not to frighten one another, but to swear they will never leave someone alone in the snow. Your sorrow will keep people alive instead of stealing their warmth. The blizzard wavered. The hollow moons flickered.
Swear it,
she whispered, and for the first time her voice shook like breaking ice. By the water I never reached, by the woman I may never hold, I swear it. A single tear gathered in the corner of her eye. It froze before it could fall, became a diamond of ice, dropped. Where it struck the snow, a red camellia bloomed. Impossible, blazing, alive. The Yuki-Onna looked at the flower, then at him.
You can have your breath,
she said softly.
I have taken enough. As long as you keep your vow, I will not come looking for you.
The sky cracked open. Warm wind, spring wind, impossible wind, roared down the pass. Snow turned to water and ran laughing toward the sea. The stars dimmed. Dawn, real dawn, gold and rose and hurting to look at, spilled over the peaks. When Sōjirō could see again, the circle was empty. Only the camellia remained, its petals steaming in the sudden warmth. He stood up. His hands were pink, not black. His feet remembered their names. Far below, through air now clear as crystal, he saw the hidden crater and the moon spring shining like a mirror of moonlight. He filled the gourd, drank once for himself, stoppered it, and began the long walk home. Behind him, the pass lay open for the first time in 213 winters. Ahead of him, the cedars were already dripping with melting snow. And every year after, on the coldest night, Sōjirō stood in the village square and told the story you have just heard. I will now end it the way he, my father, always used to. The Yuki-Onna is still there, watching from the high ridges, but she now no longer takes warmth. She only listens, to be certain no one is ever left alone in the snow again. And that, my friends, ends our story. The mountain is quieter now, and red camellias sometimes bloom in winter where no camellia has any right to grow. Go home and remember, if you ever hear a woman crying on the wind, answer her. She has waited long enough.
Hi everyone, this is Krystal Lance, and welcome back to Krystal Clear Lore. I am back in the recording closet with my producer Brady.
Hello.
And we are going to start this off by wishing everyone a Happy New Year, because this does come out on New Year's Eve.
And a Happy New Year.
Which I think everyone hopes is better than the last year.
Yeah, you guys ready to just stop hearing Christmas music for a little bit?
Oh, it's going to be so nice.
Anytime you go anywhere, just Christmas music?
Okay, well, so this week we are talking about Yuki-Onna, or the Snow Woman, is what that translates to. She is Japanese, and this is, I think, the first Japanese yokai, or Kuchisaka Onna isn't a yokai, or cryptid that is not specifically found in one province. She's found in multiple provinces.
It's a little more widespread.
Yeah, she's a little bit, she gets around. She moves around.
Is she going to spread globally? Because I don't want her here.
No, I don't think so. She does go, I think it's a lot of the northern prefectures. That's where she's found.
Oh, I prefer all my cryptids warm. This one sounds way too cold for me.
It is winter. 'Tis the season.
Winter itself could be a cryptid, but that's a whole nother episode.
Yeah. So in the story, they talked about how, like, we wrote in that she was exceptionally pale. Sometimes they're almost blue skinned. They're so pale. But they are always stunningly beautiful women. Yet again, have to be beautiful women. Sometimes her skin is even thought to be translucent.
Cool.
She's always depicted with long black hair and is taller than an average woman, which for Japan is a lot shorter than what you think. A lot of what we think of as a tall woman over here would count as a Yuki-Onna. I would count as a Yuki-Onna, and I stand at 5'8".
Yeah, there you go. So like a normal sized woman in America.
Yeah. Typically dresses in white and is shown to be in about her 20s is about the average age that they're showing them as.
Okay.
She does not she does not walk, which is why she's never leaving like a mark in the snow. She slightly levitates.
Oh, cool. That would be very handy, actually, if you were doing some sneaky stuff.
Especially in the snow.
In the snow, yeah. The U.S. government might want to look into that.
No, we shouldn't let them.
They could be doing some sneaky Soviet missions or whatever, if this was 1967 or whatever.
Origins of the Yuki-Onna do vary. She is another type. They are a different type of yokai. I keep saying she, but there's multiple Yuki-Onnas. It is a specific type of yokai.
Ah.
Kind of like the Roku-Rokubi and the Nuke-Kubi.
Was this one just a certain flavor specifically that you wrote into the story, or is this also her lore more widespread?
A lot of it's pretty lore based. I didn't take too many creative liberties this time.
Okay.
I'm gonna call it the good ending that we got in the story is one that has been kind of talked about. But that's the only place I kind of took the creative liberty because nobody really ever gets that good ending.
Oh.
So it's like, well, you can, like, usually a lot of men do succumb to her stealing their breath and freezing them to death.
Yeah.
Once in a while, it's like, oh, well, you can kill her by melting or, she will disintegrate into oblivion when exposed to extreme heat.
Nice.
Yeah.
So bring a flamethrower to when you're going there?
Yeah, pretty much. Good luck with that.
I hope they have enough of them over there.
Yeah, it is. It is a vibe. I don't know if we should let the Japanese have flamethrowers after World War II.
It's been long enough. Give them some anti-Yuki-Onna flamethrower. Sorry, Yuki-Onna flamethrower. My mouth isn't working. Okay, it's frozen with fear.
Origins of Yuki-Onna do vary. They all kind of have their own origin story. Mostly, they are kind of like the Nuke-Kubi or the Roku-Rokubi. And they were human women at one point that become yokai, mostly from stories of loss and sorrow. Sometimes these are like Rei, abandoned women whose husband just says, screw you, I'm done with you, even though I just married you. Sometimes it is a mother has lost her child and freezes to death looking for her child.
Ooh.
Sometimes it's the grief of losing, like having a child die that leads them to that, or a husband die. Like,
so sad.
Very, very big loss and sorrow usually has to do with freezing to death.
Oh, man.
So yeah.
I don't like any of that. That just makes me really sad.
They could also be an extension of Shintoism, which is one of the two like really large religions in Japan. The other is Buddhism.
Yeah, it actually kind of makes sense because it's like analogous to the sorrow.
Yeah.
Right? It's like an epitomized
thing. Yeah,
because in a way, it's not really a human form necessarily, but
well, Shintoism
kind of in a way.
Shintoism has like kami, right, which are what it translates as close as we can get to gods, but they're really just spirits too.
Yeah.
To different aspects of nature. So sometimes it's just so it could just be that she's the personification of winter.
Exactly. It embodies all the emotions and I guess even qualia from it,
Yeah.
if you will. Because, I don't know, winter is kind of sad. We talked about it a little bit in the last episode.
Yeah, winter's I mean,
it's just dark and gloomy and gray. I mean, you get those sunny days and everything, but they're like fake sunny days.
right? And
You know what I mean? They feel fake.
and a lot of people die in the winter due to the cold.
Yeah.
It happens still.
And there's just like, even, before a lot of technology, there was just a lot of loss. The crop died. You can't even plant anything. You have to wait.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, you got to live on whatever you had. There was a rationing. So that's like whatever the anxiety with that comes from. So yeah, it makes sense. It's a perfect embodiment of winter.
Yeah, and they
But
are,
It's kind of spookier.
and kind of like I always think of winter as not gentle. Winter can be pretty malevolent. So this is a pretty malevolent spirit, and anyone she encounters, she harms.
Yeah.
It's just normally, from what I can tell through all the stories I looked through, it's always men. I don't know if it's because there just isn't enough like detail about women getting in these situations, or if she's just a man hater. I can't tell. She seduces them, though. That's the other thing. So when I had the second night where Ray brought the little fake baby and told the man to, told Sōjirō to hold it, that actually is part of the lore. They're known to do that.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes, though, the
creepy.
baby just gets heavier and heavier, and then man is trying to keep it warm, and he freezes to death.
Man, that's wild.
It's a crazy story.
It just sends shivers up my spine. Just the creepiness of it, the baby.
I remember
and the supernatural force of it.
I remember watching Inuyasha like as a preteen, as a preteen, right? As a tween.
Yeah.
And there's an episode where Miroku, who is a womanizing monk, it's a plot point. It's a really big plot point.
Spoiler alert.
No, he's like episode 1. He's grabbing Kagome's rear end, like plot point very heavily. He meets a Yuki-Onna, who has like kind of cast this like magical spell on him, and he thinks that he's like, oh yeah, I'll hang out with you and I'll take care of all of your children, and all her children are rocks, and it comes to the rest of the party to kind of like get him out of that.
Rocks.
Yeah, they're stones.
Yeah.
So he's sitting there like thinking he's taking care of children, and they're all stones.
Wouldn't you know?
No, because magic. Like he's bewitched by the Yuki-Onna. He literally thinks they're children. And then when the other ones show up, they aren't bewitched by her, so they see that you're not cradling a baby. That's a rock, my guy.
I think they should just sprinkle some LSD on him or something. Yeah, magic.
Well, yeah.
That's trippy though. Can you imagine? Just you think it's a baby?
Yeah, no, thank you. No, thank you.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. These kind of like the psychological stuff messes with me. It gets in my head.
Oh, you only want to get psychologically messed with?
Sure. Is there more?
There is more. One of the really common stories you find is where she kills so there's 2 woodcutters in the mountains in the winter, and she comes and kills the master but leaves the apprentice alive, and the apprentice sees everything.
Nice.
And she tells the apprentice, never speak of this, right? Forget what you've seen here. And then later the apprentice gets married to a really beautiful woman, and they have children together. They've been married for about, I would say, 10 years. And then one night he wakes up with a nightmare. His wife asks him what's happened, like what's wrong? Are you okay? And he tells her, I saw Yuki-Onna kill my master.
Oh.
And she looked at him and said, I told you to never tell anyone. And then she takes off and is never seen again. And I was like, you married a Yuki-Onna. They can apparently marry men and have children with them.
And then dip.
Because she said,
just go get a pack of smokes.
don't tell anyone. And once the secret's out, she disappears forever.
She's going to go get a pack of smokes from the corner store.
She's gone forever.
Dad ever coming back? I mean, is she ever coming back from Rite Aid?
No, probably not.
I'm sorry.
Just follow the
Tasteless
receipt.
joke.
It'll be fine.
That was a tasteless joke, but anyway. I don't know if that one will hit in the Japan market.
Probably not. I don't know.
So with the Yuki-Onna,
yes,
we have established that they're cold.
very cool.
They're the embodiment of winter.
Yes,
They got the creepy baby magic.
they have a lot of creepy baby magic.
Is there anything else behind the curtains with them?
So she has quite a bit. They have a lot. In the late 1400s. So this is the earliest reference I could find of them. Okay. Sōgi Shokoku Monogatari, or Sōgi's Tales from Various Provinces, which is a travelogue from a poet, Sōgi.
That name, by the way, that's what the pause happened for.
Yeah. Like, oh, okay.
That's what caused that long pause, guys.
Like, whew. Which contains the earliest written record of a Yuki-Onna encounter in Echigo Province.
Itchy goat?
No, Echigo.
Etch-a-sketch goat?
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
No, you're not.
I have one job here.
You want to be.
Push buttons and crack jokes, okay?
His text fits like the description of what a lot of provincial oral anecdotes were. A white-clad woman, appearing in snow, embodying cold, though he did not die. She did not kill him here.
Okay.
And then a few hundred years later, in 1776, Toriyama Seikien published Gazu Hyaki Yagyo.
Guys, get in the comments and give her a round of applause for these pronunciations. Even when she struggles, she's doing like 1,000 times better than any of us, and especially me. So good job.
I try. So this one I use a lot. This is a huge resource I use to cover and look into different yokai, because it's I think it's 6 or 12 just books of drawings of them. And so there is one of Yuki-Onna. She is actually the very last plate in the second book. And it's the very first time she has an image, right? So Sōgi had described her, but Toriyama Seikien took that story as well as other anecdotes he had heard and actually drew her.
Oh.
And this is the basis. If you look up a Yuki-Onna, that picture is the literal foundational basis of every other picture out there.
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a picture in the thumbnail of the episode, too.
Yeah.
It might not be that one you're talking about, but be close.
Probably.
So, can you imagine? I don't know if you would say the person who came up with it, but
Well, that's the thing is when Sōgi wrote it down, right? So the earliest one was him. When he wrote it down, there were already a lot of anecdotal stories passing between the prefectures of this creature.
How old did you say this story was?
Late 1400s, late 15th century.
That's passed down quite a bit.
Yeah, and that was the earliest written record. Who knows how long it had been an oral tradition before then?
Oh yeah, that's probably for a while.
In the 19th century, there's more entries in the Kai Yokai Dochuki. Again, in the Echigo region, it mentions snow spirits that are freezing travelers to death. They're inducing sudden freezes, luring them into blizzards, stealing their breath life force, which leads to death by hypothermia. And sometimes the spirits were claimed to have been pale women, freezing the victim's soul before vanishing. And then there's other accounts in the Tohoku and Hokuriku areas that contain even more anecdotes.
Give her a break, guys.
I'm trying.
I can feel the future comment section, okay?
Barely studied Japanese.
This was a hard one.
It's so much. So it's most of it seems to center in what I found. A lot of it centers in the Echigo prefecture, which I think might now be renamed as the Niigata region.
Okay.
So it's Tokyo used to be called like Edo or something.
Yeah, well, this isn't a geography podcast.
No. But just like
I wish we had time. Be
just like
all-encompassing.
Our country has changed names for its states and territories and all that. I mean, they have the same thing, right?
It happens.
Japan's a lot older than America's country.
Yeah,
when it comes to government
how many names they've gone through around everywhere. We don't change our names that much here, at least. So.
Yeah, it is. It's very complicated to research because I'm always like, wait, which prefecture is this? Because they'll be like, oh yeah, this was in, this one period it was called this, but now it's called this other thing. And I'm like, Christ, okay, hold on.
Yeah. You got to give you props for your research on these.
I try my best.
So with these, I don't know if you could find like a newspaper thing necessarily, but is there any kind of like popular pop culture references? Or anything,
literally
kind of any media, the depictions at all.
Anything that has Japanese basis and cold in it, she's in there 95% of the time.
Oh.
Again, I got exposed to her when I was maybe, like 10, 11, watching Inuyasha.
Yeah. You talked about Inuyasha, yeah.
Look, I grew up with
Other
Inuyasha.
than Inuyasha, is there any other pop culture like we would recognize that specifically would be from her?
She's not. The issue is there's not like a lot that they play with too much outside of either you got Japanese horror or you have like anime. Because gosh, does anime love playing with their folklore?
There's no cute Christmassy cartoons about it or anything.
No, she's malevolent. She kills for the blood every time.
Well, I mean, Krampus and all that too.
Well, now the Krampus is also not a good person.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, so Inuyasha is like it's a pretty standard reference.
It's a standard reference because the whole show deals with yokai.
There you go.
The main character in Inuyasha is half a Hanyo.
Do you remember in Tokyo Ghostwire, that video game? Was she in that?
She is in that.
Oh, cool.
But
there you go.
She's not really like, gosh, I don't feel like she's in it. She's referenced in it.
Okay.
She's not like, because the Ghostwire Tokyo, that one did have Kuchisake Onna, and it had a Roku-Roku-bi, but not a Nuke-Kubi.
Yeah. Okay, well then I don't know.
But they also, if they try to make like a yokai-based game or show or whatever, and they try to put all of them in it, it's gonna be too many.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
kind of in a sense what Digimon was in a way, but
right.
We won't get into we can't do cinema lore right now.
No,
we won't do media lore yet.
Well, that's the thing though, is like Inuyasha did play with a lot of it and hit a lot of the major ones.
Yeah,
and it's like 7 seasons long, and there's 4 movies. And there's like ones they didn't touch on, and I'm like, gee.
So tough question, and it's okay if you don't know the answer. Is there anything we stole? What
do you mean by we?
Is there any Western media that we made that was based on that? That one's a tough one, I know, because it might not. It's not like anybody would kind of go out of their way to just admit.
Well, but you could say like
people know if you know,
inspired by.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. But sometimes it's more of a if you know thing. But it's okay if you don't know the answer to that one. Maybe that's more of one we inquire the audience. If you guys might want to look it up, or if you already know.
Yeah, there's not really one. There's a couple movies, 3 movies that have been made in the 20th century.
Okay.
Oh my God, I'm going to mess this up. Kawaii-dan in 1964, there's a segment called Woman of the Snow. There's the Snow Woman from 1968, and then there's The Blizzard in Dreams 1990. So it's because Dreams is an anthology, and there's a segment called The Blizzard.
Okay. It just sounds so wintry, but I guess it's still a little too horror-y in a way, too.
Well, and it's very...
To be turned kind of more into a general audience type of thing, like we have with like Jack Frost or whatever's Frosty the Snowman. But that deals with similar...
Like, I would say Jack...
That's kind of similar.
I would say Jack Frost probably the closest you're going to get, but Jack Frost also isn't out here just murdering people.
That's just not what they showed you in the children's cartoon.
What children's cartoon? If you're talking about
Wasn't there a children's thingy or like a claymation thing or something?
there's Rise of the
Jack Frost?
Guardians. Are you talking about Rise of the
It
Guardians?
was like a little kid's Jack Frost thing, or maybe I'm conflating that with something. I don't know.
Are you talking about the snow miser from the Santa Claus thing?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
No!
Actually, I'm sorry. You're
don't
right.
you ever
I was conflating the snow miser.
disrespect the snow miser and his brother, the heat miser.
Guys, I'm sorry.
The whole comment section is raging now at
Does
your
the
face.
snow miser murder?
No. I mean, it's a kid's show, so like probably not.
But it's never actually from kids' lore. We know that.
Yeah, it's true.
If we started doing just cinema stuff, guys, we'd be here all forever.
Apparently, they came out with a new Snow Woman movie in 2016.
Oh. They keep cranking it out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So the Yuki-Onna also inspired a character, Frostlass, in Pokemon, which I have not kept up with.
Ah, that's funny. Because Pokemon are slightly yokai-like, too.
Yeah, so Frostlass it's an ice ghost type Pokemon, and I can see the inspiration there.
That one looks cool. It looks like something I remember I used to try to draw my own little Pokemon, and none of them were really good, but it looks like similar to something I drew.
You used to be cute.
Yeah.
Then now you stopped doing that, so that's very sad.
You'll never see it because you can't read minds, especially not through a podcast, guys, but you know.
We'll find it.
The future is not written yet, and technology evolves quick.
No, so I guess and then she does show up, and I forgot about this anime, Rosario plus Vampire, which is, it almost had a good plot, but God, the fan service. Fan service was so extreme that even I was like, I can't, trying real hard to get past it, guys. But she's also a character in there too, so.
Yeah, you don't have to look this one up, but I'm sure there's like some mangas.
For what? Like, Rosario plus Vampire does have a manga.
Not that
it's also fan
specifically.
service.
I mean,
Like,
for the Yuki-Onna.
Yuki.
I'm sorry, guys. She keeps saying yokai. It's just stuck in my head. The Yuki-Onna.
Oh.
But you don't have to look that one up.
There is, apparently she shows up in Spectre too. That was the first one that also came
So
up.
dang, there's a lot
She's
more
in a
than
lot.
I thought.
Like,
So, yeah, see, that's what I meant. It seems very like a kind of a general, like representing winter and cold.
And Yu Yu Hakusho. I forgot about Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh, that one's pretty popular.
It is really popular.
I haven't seen either that or Inuyasha. I know what they are.
Look, you're great. Inuyasha is not for your demographic.
No. I just push buttons and crack jokes. I don't think that show's for me.
I mean, like, if we wanted to really think about it, I do wonder, with all the weird, like, Twilight vampire junk that Stephanie Meyer threw in,
Yeah.
there is some things that I think about that could be related to Yuki-Onna, but I don't know. And I hate Twilight. I'm one of those anti-Twilight people. It's so bad.
Yeah.
that it's like I read the books and I was like, okay, I get it, but I read them when I was like in high school.
Yeah. I mean,
And that was a
pretty
grown-up.
much
I'm like,
anybody.
nah, I'm good.
Didn't everybody?
No, you don't know about the Twilight moms. Go down that rabbit hole.
Okay, we don't need to.
Go down that rabbit hole.
I'll
for
just
viewers.
use my imagination. That
It's
makes a lot
terrible.
of sense, you know. It's like Disney moms and stuff. No
But, like,
judgment.
they're-
I'm just saying these are things that exist and they're worth thinking about.
Yeah, because like Jack Frost is probably the closest we have in Western culture, but Jack Frost isn't out here killing people with a kiss or handing you a stone and saying, "Look, it's a baby."
I mean, kind of like anything he touched get frozen.
Yeah, but he's not like I don't know.
It was kind of implied.
But it's nips your nose, not sucks the soul out of your freaking chest. That's not part
I
of
don't
the
want
song.
my nose frozen though.
Yeah, but
why
that's
you got a
not-
scarf.
That's not part of the song.
That's why you tuck your nose in your coat and your parka.
But the song literally goes, Jack Frost nips your nose or
Yeah,
whatever.
you're right. Nipping at your nose. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay. Yeah, he's right. Yeah, that's not Jack Frost then.
No, Jack Frost is also
okay,
male.
last one then. The Mr. Freeze from Batman.
No. I'm sorry,
Dang,
no.
I was.
If
I
you
tried.
ever-
I tried.
Look, Mr. Freeze is
He's
one of my
malevolent.
favorite. He is not malevolent. He is doing this for his wife.
He still freezes people to death
He is trying to find a cure for his wife.
with freezing people. He's trying to freeze Batman to death
Because
for his
Batman,
wife. Yeah, I get the cause is good and all that.
yeah, the cause is amazing. Nobody is more devoted to their wife than Mr. Freeze, and I will fight you on that one.
I wasn't arguing about that.
Because Mr. Freeze's story always ends the same freaking way, and I'm not going to spoil it for anyone. Well, you know what? Actually, Mr. Freeze has been around for a while. Look, all right, spoiler alert. Turn it off now if you don't want to hear.
Nerd alert.
Look, Mr. Freeze's story always ends with, the only way to save your wife is by sacrificing yourself and transferring all your blood into her because you've built up exactly what she needs due to you always being in some kind of stage of cryo because of what happened when you put her in cryo to save her life.
Is he in any kind of a time crunch, any kind of hurry? Can't he just turn someone else into him and just use them?
No, I think
Am I diabolical?
I don't think that it would work. And I don't know if it's just because comic book story or whatever, but it was like, and then she always literally, this sucks. This has happened every time she wakes up. Every time he wakes Nora up. It's like they're together for like 30 seconds and then he dies and she's now has to live the rest of her life without him. So, yeah, do not disrespect Mr. Freeze. I'm sorry.
I just...
No.
My bad.
Mr. Freeze is a wonderful husband and every woman out there would be happy and lucky to find a husband that devoted to her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude,
this was a roller coaster there with that whole conversation. My bad. But anyway, that was fun. This whole conversation is making me want like a popsicle, so.
Oh, what the frick? It's cold outside.
I'm in a hot closet.
No, it's cold. I'm cold.
I need an Otter Pop. There you go. Otter Pops.
What is wrong with you?
Did she make the Otter Pops?
No, she did not make the Otter Pops. How tired are you? Do you need to go to bed? This feels like you need to go to bed.
This is all middle of the night talking, okay? And so, we're getting through this. We're getting through the Yuki-Onna. And I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Is there anything worth note?
So just in summary, other than everything Brady said, just ignore all of that. That was just...
People do anyway.
It's fair enough. She is a yokai who is pretty much the physical embodiment of winter. She is, her origins are that she was human and usually suffered some kind of horrible tragedy involving some kind of loss and deep sorrow.
Haven't we all? She
goes around, seducing men, sucking the soul out of their bodies. Not like that. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Haven't you all?
Or killing them or bewitching them in other ways.
About half of you.
So.
Sorry.
When he's not around next week, I'm going to need an alibi. I'm not sure.
Coming soon to Krystal Clear Lore, a new button guy. Okay, guys, I've lost my mind. It's the middle of the night.
It is. We record really late.
And it is actually winter.
It is.
So if it's just in case you think we record in the summer or something and just release them in the winter. That would be weird.
I wish we were that far ahead. That'd be wonderful.
Yeah. Also, so yeah. Get up on the social medias. That's just Threads and Instagram. The Threads is kind of just there for fun, I guess.
No, yeah, we're on Instagram and Threads. We're on YouTube. We have stopped doing TikTok and Snapchat because Snapchat we were getting nothing.
Yeah, and that one's kind of just more difficult to use on a laptop.
Oh my gosh, it doesn't even work on the cell phone half the time.
I'm sorry, I don't edit anything on my phone. But anyway.
But then TikTok, I cannot get. I'm done fighting its algorithm. I'm just done fighting the mystery algorithm.
So, but I don't know. Obviously, y'all never watch that anyway. So,
we
on Instagram for Reels. It's just samples
and YouTube like Shorts.
And YouTube Shorts. But just all we're saying this for is to share it with your friends. We're on everything you can listen to: Amazon, Spotify, all the goodies. YouTube. What else is there like? iHeartRadio. I think we were on Pandora. So, yeah. There's a bunch of random ones they just put us in. So
yeah, if any place you can comment, like, subscribe, share, follow.
Yeah, just share it with your friends because I think everybody needs to be scared of the Yuki-Onna.
That's true. Everybody's got to take their winter precautions seriously.
Yeah. And they also need the lore to be
crystal clear. So I hope this made Yuki-Onna crystal clear, and we'll see you next week. Bye. follow us on Threads and Insta at Wormsong Media. That's WYRMSONG Media. Want to reach out to us? Email us at wormsongmedia@gmail. Again, that's WYRMSONGMEDIA@gmail.